getting surer of yourself. For people like us, that's when we are figuring things out. At least I got like insane amount of success, and there was this constant like going here, traveling here, doing this. I don't remember ever not going somewhere, you know. We were like we were living out of our
the go.
suitcases, me and Seher.
Absolutely.
We used to be like, oh my God, this is insane. But that's the time you got to look after. In fact, I would say the sooner the better.
Absolutely.
The sooner the better. Because it actually becomes like, what do you call it? It's like the storage that just remains for you when you are at this age. So now I'm like, all these changes I'm making are now.
But it still seems when I see you that, and I've written this word reservoir, it's like you have a reservoir of energy, and it's really good energy, you know, and you're doing your philanthropic work as well. And you're doing all the right things. You're saying the right things. So
I don't know if I do the right thing.
no, you do, you do, and you make for, like, you know, a really good role model, and that's really amazing. But of course, that core strength has to be built through the years.
Yes.
And it doesn't come as naturally to everybody as it looks as if it's coming from you.
I think, in my experience, I feel that whenever I have not done what I think is right, whenever I have not been true to who I am, it hasn't worked out for me. So I realized that very early on. And it's not like I don't falter.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when I always used to say, I always have been like this. I am a horse with blinders on. In fact, in real life, my peripheral vision is terrible. I swear to God, I walk the streets and Baba grabs me.
Like metaphorically or literally?
So metaphorically, I'm like a horse, but with blinders. But actually, in real life, I'm telling you, Amna, I have a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Azlan, my husband, everyone's just like, my brother's just like, I can't leave her on the street alone because they get worried. And I've realized that I can't.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty bad. But
Well, I think it would have its benefits as well.
The only benefit is that I look straight.
Yeah.
But the thing is that whenever, and this is very normal, and it's normal to have, you know, your insecurities and want to look around and be like, what is the other person doing or whatever, in your professional and your personal life. Whenever that has happened, and I have made some decision or I've gotten nervous and be like, okay, I should do this, hasn't worked out. You know? So it's like, they say na that you have to, the gut is a muscle.
Yeah.
And you have to keep working it till it becomes so strong कि वो बिल्कुल ऐसा हो जैसे आप cycle चला.
Yeah.
Right? So I think I have tried to work on my core like that. Constantly go with what I want to do, what suits me, what I think is correct, what is making me feel right. Also with people. So, you know, you're talking about energies. So many times I've now worked on things where I've felt, I don't know if I'd be able to deal with this energy.
Really?
Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, I'm like, I don't know, how do I do this for this long, you know?
Yeah.
So things like that. I think, like the food we eat, you know, the supplements we take, it's also important how and when and where and with who we use our energy. Would you agree?
Bilkul, absolutely.
Anna?
Absolutely. And, you know, energy is important. People around you, who you choose to have around you is important.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like my therapist once said, you just need to take a deep breath in and exhale and push everybody back a bit.
Nice.
So have a little bit of space around yourself always, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't choose who's around you.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Absolutely.
So then what I tried to do is I actually believe this, and maybe it's just being really hopeful kind of thought. लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर ये बंदा थोड़ा टेढ़ा भी है तो give me just 5 days.
अच्छा.
हाँ.
मैं उसको सीधा कर दूंगी या मैं बर्दाश्त करना
how
सीख लूंगी.
nahi, but no, I just feel like every time I'm on set,
Yeah.
I believe that it's top down always, right? And I believe that you've got to create an atmosphere which makes it easy for everybody and enjoy it. So I feel that if someone is like, someone has bad energy, how long can they sort of have that bad energy? You know?
For a very long time.
I mean, sometimes it's just
It's
like,
just
okay,
like part of
sometimes,
who they are.
yeah. Sometimes, I discovered this recently also, sometimes I used to do this a lot, make that effort. I will
Yeah.
I will convert them. They will be good with
Actually,
us.
you're a fixer.
I want to be. I am a fixer, right? I
you're
want to be a fixer.
Yeah.
Oh, I will. I have random people. I can't even tell you. Actors, actresses will message me randomly and take advice, and I'll be like, random. It'll be random, and I just want to be there. But the thing is that now another thing I've realized as I'm aging is that you can't fix everybody. You can try a little bit. But if someone wants to remain in that space of whatever it is, you got to leave them there.
Right.
And you got to bounce.
This is where mental health awareness comes in.
Yeah.
And this is where having core strength in your head comes in, and which is so important. And I think this is one thing that we really, as women especially, learn with time. We don't have it in our teens. We certainly don't have it in our 20s when we are going through perhaps relationships or marriage or children, all of that, and those imbalances within the body, whether they are hormonal or, they're external or internal.
Yeah.
And by the time you're in your 30s, you start to recognize them.
Yeah.
And then at a certain time, you learn how to deal with them.
Yeah.
And you've been through your fair share of ups and downs, and everybody does.
Everybody
does. So how do you cope with them? How do you cope with that ebb and flow of emotion or mental health peaks and, lows?
Well, I've spoken very openly about my mental health. And it just, I mean, honestly, it's easy to, I think it's easy to talk about it on the surface,
Right.
But really, it's when you go deeper into it, it's not very easy.
No.
You can't just get up and say that, okay, tomorrow's going to be a good day. No, I can't see the light. I can't see the light. I can't get out of bed. When people used to tell me when I was really, really, really depressed, like dark, it was dark for me. And someone used to say, just look at what all you have. Look at who you are. Look at what your life is like. It didn't register. It did not register to me. Because really, that's also something. That's not what you say to someone.
Yeah.
Because they can't help it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a disease. It's a chemical imbalance, right? I'm not saying there aren't triggers to it. There are triggers. There could be something major that could have happened in your life which triggered it. But depression, all other kinds, whether it's bipolarity or manic depression, whatever it may be, these are all diseases. They have medicines given for it. There are different treatments that you do for it. So when it's really, really bad, honestly, the thing that got me out of it initially was the medication. I'm not going to lie about that.
That's fine. Yeah.
And the other thing was my support system.
Right.
And I include Alamia in that also, because you need that. Yeah. You need whatever it may be for you. You need to hold someone's hand, and I was sort of just praying and also just